Hey everyone, my name is Kevin Rogerson and I'm a certified Optavia health coach. I have been a health coach since August of 2016 when I became a client and coach at the same time, basically, and started helping people. So, going on 3 years of health coaching, I'm a stay at home dad and I'm a registered nurse. And now I do this full time. I'm a health coach full time. And my friend Lindsay's on here today, and we're going to really talk to you about exercise and the 5-in-1 version of what we offer. So, Lindsay, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsay Bard, also a certified health coach with Optavia, also a registered nurse, and now a full-time stay-at-home mom to two girls. And the reason we are coming on here today is to help you figure out kind of where to go with your goals when considering fitness and nutrition, and kind of how to look at how the two relate and how they kind of mess each other up a little bit. When I first started a program a little over 3 years ago, I had about 25 pounds to lose. Had just had my second little girl, Aubrey, and I needed to get the weight off. I went through a lot of things. I was trying to work out in the gym hardcore, 4, 5, 6 days a week, an hour, 2.5 hours a day, trying to match that with my nutrition, or just trying to work out what I destroyed the night before if I ordered a pizza. So then enter Optavia, and I found a way to get my nutrition on point, but I still could not give up that fitness piece, the working out. So I did this thing that I'm going to call oscillating, to where you choose to do the 5-in-1 program. You get into an awesome fat burn. You're feeling great. The pounds are coming off. The inches are coming off. And then you're like, sweet, I'm going to go work out because I have a lot of energy. So this is very tricky, guys. Kevin and I both love exercise. We're not going to knock exercise on this at all. But it makes you oscillate if you're not spot on with what you're doing. So I was in fat burn, and then kind of knocking myself out of fat burn by not giving my body what it needed to stay in fat burn. So with that said, Kevin's going to explain a little bit about fat burn and what your body does with that.
Yeah, so the really important distinction here is 5-in-1 is a fat burning program, and exercise in 5-in-1 is a difficult marriage. It's possible, but what you want to be careful of is if you over exercise on 5-in-1, you put yourself into starvation mode, which makes you hungry, but also kicks you out of fat burn and then makes it where it takes 2 or 3 days to get back in. So like Lindsay was saying, you will oscillate between being in fat burn and being okay, and then over exercising and putting yourself out of fat burn, being in starvation mode, and then a lot of times overeating. So that's what we really want you to grasp and really understand, that exercise in 5-in-1 is tricky, and we're actually going to probably delineate some here between exercise and healthy activity, and Lindsay's going to talk about that again. But what our goal here is to keep you in fat burn and keep you out of starvation mode with exercise. And so there's really two trains of thought here. While you are grasping that, there's people that come into Optavia that did not exercise before or had very little amount of exercise coming in Optavia. And then there's people that came in Optavia and they were already exercising like Lindsay, like 3 to 5 times a week. So what it looks like for you to exercise with 5-in-1 depends on where your base was, like what your baseline was coming into Optavia. So I'm going to talk about people that did little to no exercise. So going back to that, where you get 5-in-1 going, you're in fat burn, day 4, day 5, you feel epically amazing and you have all this energy, and you go out and you're like, I'm going to do some exercise. Well, healthy activity, yes. Exercise, no. And what I mean by that is healthy activity, going for a walk, light exercise, nothing moderate to heavy, 15, 20 minutes, even like 30 minutes is okay. If you over exercise on 5-in-1, it usually creates cravings. So I don't know about you guys, but when I crave stuff, it's not healthy. I don't crave celery. I crave Doritos and I crave French fries or things like that. So what ends up happening is not only you're kicking yourself out of fat burn, putting yourself into starvation with too much exercise, but you're creating these cravings. And so then you actually start doing like Lindsay said, you get into that oscillating pattern where you're eating foods that are unhealthy that don't match up with your goals, and you are knocking yourself out of that fat burning way that your body burns that stored fat and helps you lose weight quickly. So think about it in a way that you've created this fat burning machine, and exercise is adding heat to that fire. If you don't add fuel to match the level of heat, then you're going to mess up your fat burning. So it's okay for you to add exercise, but we have to make very sure that we're keeping your fuel in check, the way you fuel your body with the amount of heat that you're creating. That makes sense. Maybe that's some visual people that can see that. So Lindsay's going to come on and talk about the other side of this, like people that came into this that were already exercising. But I want you to really understand that if you came into this not exercising at all, be patient. You're going to gradually add in exercise. It's not something that week 2 of 5 and 1 and you have all this energy, you're going to start signing up for exercise classes and things like that. We're going to gradually build that healthy activity in. All right, Lindsay, take it away.
Yes, Kevin. And a lot of people I talk to when I do their health assessment, they're often feeling ashamed that they don't exercise. Guess what? It's okay, because your coach is going to help you with all that. There's no shame in Optavia. So as Kevin touched on a little bit, I do want to make sure everybody understands exerciser versus non-exerciser. I'm the exerciser in the gym 3 to 5 times a week before I start a program. And that means not you were in the gym 3 to 5 times a week, like 2 weeks before you started a program. I mean, your body's used to it. You've been building on it probably months. So that's what we consider exercise with Optavia. Healthy movement, like Kevin said, is not full on exercise. And when you speak with your coach, they will be able to pull more from you on that to really see what your exercise is. So exercise versus non-exercise versus healthy movement that Kevin was talking about with the walking or maybe some sit-ups, just a little bit of work, every now and then, a couple of times a week. So that, you guys know that was my story in the gym. So what I did and what I asked my clients to do is to think about being open to giving up your fitness routine for 3 to 4 weeks to focus on your nutrition routine. Again, like Kevin said, very different, nutrition and fitness. Like I said, yes, they do go together, but they can also kind of fight each other without meaning to. So when you enter the program as an exerciser, you do have the option to take 3 to 4 weeks off and work on your nutrition piece and get your mindset ready. You've probably seen this or heard of this. And what I tell my team is you cannot outrun your fork. If you are in the gym every day killing it because you know that tonight for dinner you're going to have about 200 grams of carbs in like a pizza or mashed potatoes, that is a wrong mindset. And that's where we change you with Optavia. That's where we change that. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. All the things you've heard, they're true. If your mindset is exercise is a punishment and I'm going to use it to beat myself up, then you have the wrong mindset altogether, and we will help you with that. So option, take 3 to 4 weeks off, dial in that nutrition, and then your coach will specifically work with you one-on-one to find the exercise routine as you add it all back in. And Kevin and I will not stress enough, if you do not choose to give up your fitness routine, that is okay. We will still help you. We just want you to clearly see your options and the best path to what you truly want.
Amen. There's no blanket coverage here when you're talking about exercise and 5 and 1. There's not a generic, this has got what everybody's going to do the exercises, because people do different variations of exercise. And so as your coach, that's what we love to do. We love to connect with you and figure out what kind of exercise you want and what kind of fitness goals you have, and then work with you to figure out the nutrition piece of that. I will stress that I think it's very important for you to decide which is your priority. You decide which is most important to you right now. Is it your healthy weight goal or is it your fitness goal? Because we can help with both, but we really want you to look at maybe if you've been exercising for a long time coming into 5 and 1 like Lindsay, maybe it's time to really make the healthy weight a priority. And healthy weight is nutrition and fitness is exercise. If you'll delineate those two things in your mind, it goes back to what Lindsay was saying about having a healthy mind and staying on track with that. So Lindsay, will you talk about like being a fully integrated client versus exercising client?
Yes, like we said, stay-at-home parents here. It happens. Kid moms. So Kevin said fully integrated client. That is just really fancy for a client who is 110% all in, ready to go. So what an integrated client looks like is someone who is using their feelings, connected with their coach, reading their Habits of Health book. You know, they've got that nutrition piece really dialed in, and that's when you are laser focused on your journey and it's working. The weight is coming off, the inches are coming off, and you're super happy. You know, all the good things that come along with the 5-in-1, Optavia, all those things. What is often beneficial to clients that I've found, rather than clients who try so hard to make their nutrition and fitness go together, is that we will ask you to become a fully integrated client before you become a fully integrated exercising client. That was a hard pill for me to swallow in the beginning. I did not want to give up exercising. But when I really realized that, you know, doing the treadmill wasn't getting me anywhere, or maybe the Zumba class really wasn't changing the number on the scale, I decided game on, dialing in the nutrition, getting this 25 pounds off, and I will slowly work in the exercise when my body and when I'm ready.
Yes, that's perfect. So in closing, a few things I want to kind of make sure that you understand. Exercise and 501 can be synonymous, but we have to make sure that you're doing the appropriate exercise at the appropriate times to be as efficient as possible in fat burning on 5-in-1. I want you to make sure you understand that there's two different paths here. There's a path where you came into Optavia and doing 5-in-1 and you did not exercise before, or you exercised very little inconsistently, or your body was used to a high level of exercise before you started 5-in-1. Those two things are very different and they look very different. And last but not least, I think really understanding that if your main priority is to achieve a healthy weight, that is going to be achieved through nutrition. If your main priority is fitness, then yes, that is exercise oriented. That is, you know, signing up for classes, doing your cardio, doing your weight training, whatever that looks like for you. You have to decide which is the priority and let your coach know, because whichever the priority is, we can still work with that. And then absolutely last is 5-in-1 is not the end all be all for Optavia. There are multiple versions of this program. We are able to tweak it based on what you need, but it's very specific, like Lindsay said, to what you are doing and what you want to achieve. So you have to connect with your health coach and be able to figure that out if you're going to add in that exercise at a higher level. Anything else you want to add in closing, Lindsay?
Nope, that was spot on. Thank you guys so much for hearing us out.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Good luck with your exercise in 5-in-1.